Hey folks, World Events Network. We're talking to the extraordinary Jordan Maxwell. Take a look.
The most severe law in this world is called UCC, Uniform Commercial Code. It's the Bible of business on the earth. Uniform Commercial Code. Uniform Commercial Code is based directly on Vatican canon law, on the Roman canon law. Consequently, when a ship pulls into port, it pulls in and stops, and it's called in its berth. The ship is now in its berth. Because it is on the law of the high seas, or commercial maritime, UCC commercial law rules the seas. So when the ship pulls into its berth, the first thing the captain must do is to present a certificate of manifest to the port authorities, which means that the port authorities need to know how much is on this ship that you're bringing into our country and our economy. How many TVs, how many cars, whatever you're bringing, how much are you bringing into our economy? So you have to have a certificate of manifest of what is the value of your ship here. What are you doing? Consequently, when you are born, you come out of your mother's water. Therefore, you must have a birth certificate, a certificate of manifest, because you are a corporation-owned item. You are a human resource. This goes back to the German Nazi concept that every human coming out of their mother's water must be birthed. And therefore, you have to have a certificate of manifest to see how much this individual is going to make for us in our new world order. I'm telling you that until you understand the laws, the symbols, the emblems, what these words mean, you're never going to suspect how far gone we really are.
Okay, right, I have a question. Who is the leader of the Jesuits? Where did they come from? Who are they?
The Jesuits are the leader of the Jesuits.
Well, do you know who the leader is?
He's called the Black Pope. The leader of the Jesuits is referred to as the Black Pope. You go on the web and type in Black Pope, and it will tell you he's the leader of the Jesuits. And now today, the Jesuits have been trying to get into the Vatican to run the Catholic Church. But the church throughout the ages has not allowed the Jesuits into the Vatican to run the church. But now they have a Jesuit Pope. So now the Jesuits run the Catholic Church because their Pope is a Jesuit. So the Pope today is a Jesuit.
So what's his agenda? What's the agenda?
World domination. World domination. In every aspect of human life, they want to control the whole entire world and direct it toward an occult new order, the whole new world order. They were the people behind, the Jesuits were the brains behind Adolf Hitler. And Adolf Hitler talked about the coming new world order. He wanted to present himself as the leader of the new world order. And so, but he was being financed, organized, directed by the Nazi Party was being organized, directed, and financed by the Jesuits. And so that's why he wasn't going to be the head of the New World Order, even if it had come. The Jesuits would get rid of him, and they would be the leaders of the New World Order. So that's what's happening today. And today they finally got a pope. Now they finally got one of their own people into the papacy to be the pope, finally. So now they're moving quickly to get into position to control the whole world. So that's what
How will they do that?
Say it again.
How are they going to get control?
Through money, through banking, through wars, through all the systems of power upon which the earth operates: banking, religion, government, military, commerce. They are into everything. The Jesuits are into everything. They're all scientists. They're scientists. They're philosophers, astronomers. They're into space research, astronomy, banking, military. The Jesuits are into all kinds of stuff. They're all working together. So that's what's happening today. That's why no matter how much you try and show people, the Jesuits are behind all this crap going on. And they organize it, they finance it and control it. The banks, the banking system of the world is in the Jesuits' hands. The world banking system, the money, the real estate, government, education, colleges, universities, underworld, mafia, all the underworld organizations, all the organized criminal societies like the mafia, the Jewish mob, all of this is being controlled by Jesuits.
They control the American government then?
Oh yeah, they are the American government. The American government is a Jesuit organization. That's why we are, in America, we are the new Roman Empire. We are Rome. In America, we are Rome.
So, the question is, the city of London not as powerful? They're not as powerful, no? Are they Jesuits?
Yeah, the Jesuits run that area called the banking area called the city of Rome, the city of London.
Yeah.
There's a difference between London and the city of London. The city of London is a corporation. Within the town of London, there's another section in town called the city, and it's a banking area. It's where all the international banks are, is in the city. And it's not the whole city of London. No, it's a particular area in London that's called the city. Just a small little section inside of London is called the city. And that's where all the international banking is controlled by the Jesuits in London.
They have their own police force as well.
That's right.
They have their own government.
That's right. They have their own passports, their own government, their own laws, regulations. Yeah. So they are practically controlling the whole world now. We just look at them and see bankers. We see the bankers in Switzerland, the bankers, the banking cartels in England and London and America. We see the big corporations, the big educational institutions in Europe and England and Africa and all over the world, but they're all run by Jesuits. So,
Jordan, I saw Donald Trump recently. He was signing a law, and standing right behind him was Jesuits. They were wearing black and they had the crosses on. What in the heck? Why are they there? I was asking, what are they doing there?
that's right.
Now you know.
Most people don't see that. They don't look, they don't see. But if you know what you're looking for with your eyes, watch what's going on around the big shots that run the world. And you will see the priests in the garb, the priests and the Jesuits.
Can I ask, the Rothschilds, are they Jesuits, or because they're very powerful? Yeah.
They're very powerful, but they are part of something called the Rothschilds are not the real bosses of anything. The Rothschilds are referred to as Jesuit court Hofjuden Jews. I'll send this to you, the name of the Jesuits who run the world. It's called Jesuit court Hofjuden Jews. And the Rothschilds are half-Juden Jews. They're special Jews that work for the Jesuits. They don't work
They
for
don't.
the
They don't care about. They don't care about the normal Jews. They don't give a shit about them.
sure about the normal Jews. No, they work especially for the powers of this world. They work for the powerful people who run the world, the Jesuits, the Roman Jesuits. And
So
so
they're not. They're not Zionists then.
no, they're not Zionists. They appoint people to be Zionists. They appoint people to be, Russian authorities, German authorities. They appoint people. They appoint all these Jews to do their bidding for them.
The puppets.
Yeah, as puppets. And
Man,
they're referred to as Jesuit court half-Juden Jews. If you want to
John,
write, yeah.
there's a good question. No, you're telling me this stuff. Does the normal priest, do they know anything? The normal priest in the Catholic Church, they don't have a.
No, they don't have a clue. All they know is they do what they do. They
Think they're doing good, Jordan. They're not. They think they're doing good, but they're really serving a bad entity.
That's exactly right. It's the same thing as people who are in cults, like Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons and Seventh-day Adventists. They think they're doing good. In their mind, they think they belong to something that's very good and that they're worshiping Jesus. And all the time, they never realize you're not worshiping Jesus. You're a member of a Masonic cult. A secret society is running your country and running your religion and running your world. And you don't even know it. You just go along to get along and just do what you do and never realize you have masters who are watching you and they are directing you. So,
It's a satanic cult. Satanic, is it?
yeah, of course it's satanic. Absolutely. It's satanic, and it's really incredible how well people have been deceived into following what they feel as a good religious belief and religion and never realizing, no, it's all dreamt up by the court Jesuit Jews. It's all a political movement. And people just buy into it. They don't know. They just, they're born and raised in the church. They don't know. And so they become priests, and that's all they know. They're priests in the church. But you don't know who owns the church and who built the church. Where the real brains are, who's running the church around the world, the secret societies.
Well, it's right in our face, Jordan, because over here in Ireland, at the minute they're digging up. There has been a law. They've got the okay to dig up mass graves of children that were in the laundries. You know, the laundries of the nunneries, and apparently recently, was it a couple of years back, they dug up babies and they had fractured skulls. The children were actually beaten with some object in the head. So when we know this, why would we follow such a religion when evil comes seeping out of it?
People are ignorant. And generally speaking, people don't want to hear bad stories. They don't want to hear about the bad. They don't want to know anything about the bad. They just want to believe what they want to believe, and they want to live their life the way they want to live. And they believe that the church is very holy and they're doing this for God. And that's all they want to know. They don't want to hear anything else. If you show them what the church is really all about, what they're really doing, and who owns the church and who's running it, people don't want to hear it. They don't want to listen to that. They don't want to hear it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. And I know why, because they don't want to hear. Because if they hear, then they might have to do something about it. They may have to change their religion or get out of the church. Like the Bible says in Revelation, get out of her, my people. So they may have to quit if they find out that the church is actually the mafia. and they have to quit and leave the church. Well, they can't do that because they're married, they got children, they got family members who are members of the church, and it's going to cause them all kinds of trouble if they leave the church. They got to explain to their family, they got to explain to everybody why they're leaving the church, and most people just don't want to fool with that. They don't want to hear it. They just go to church and do what they do. They
It's a
don't.
bit like Jordan. It's a bit like I started getting into this stuff 9/11, all them things about 3-4 years ago, and I wish I didn't, but I can't stop.
I know. That's exactly
People
right.
probably understand if we know this stuff. We don't want to know. We just don't want to know. Want to go to our bed. We want to play our football. We want to go and meet the girlfriend. We want, we want to go to the cinema. And then you go to this. You know what I was going to ask you, Jordan? Did you ever watch Demolition Man?
Oh yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The social credit system in China.
That's right. Yep. I've been talking about that.
Movie.
I've been talking about that social credit system in China. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know about that. Yeah.
Hey, that's in that movie. It's in the movie.
Yeah.
1984 or something like that. Back in
Yeah.
the 80s.
I
So,
know.
I noticed this, Jordan, about a year ago. I noticed because I heard about the social credit system when I was listening to Max Egan.
Yeah.
I tried to send Max Egan that video of the Demolition Man because it had self-driving cars, it had drones flying about, it had credits. You were charged anytime you said the wrong word. You know, it's there's a war on speech at the minute. You're allowed to say this word, you're not allowed to say that word. So that film, that movie was telling us this is coming, and it's coming.
I know.
It's on its way.
And so many people do not see. They look with their eyes, but they don't see. And they listen with their ears, but they don't hear. And with the heart, they don't get the sense of it. Meaning that people are so ignorant, they don't see anything, they don't want to see it. And you're going to tell them something about what's happening, they got ears to hear, but they don't want to hear it. They don't want to see it, they don't want to hear it. And with their heart, they don't want to know. They don't want to know.
Do you regret? Have you any regret on seeking all this knowledge? And you know, you said on a couple of shows that you lost all your friends, your family. Is it worth it?
I don't know. I don't know. But it is what it is. I mean, I've already done it. It's already done. So it's too late now. And my family's all gone. They've all passed away. Everybody's gone, including my wife. She passed away. And so now there's just me. Now it's just me on the earth. My family's gone, and all my friends are gone. So it's just me now. So I figure, I don't know if it's worth it or not. I think so. I did the best I could. I was doing it for a good reason. I wanted to help my fellow man. Yeah. So that's who I am. That's what I do. I don't care.
Problem, Jordan. You try to do good, and people turn on you because they think you're talking bullshit. They don't believe a word. They don't see it. They don't, because I've got a relative, Jordan. I have a relative that took me off. I was on Facebook. He took me off because I used to talk about 9/11. He doesn't believe it. He thinks it was done by Bin Laden and all that bullshit. Come on, it's so easy to figure out. And I don't even have a high IQ. My IQ wouldn't be that. I'm not that intelligent, but I can see it. I understand.
The heart, but with the heart, it's that you want to know the truth. You're looking for the truth. Like the Bible says, knock and it will be open. Seek and you will find. Ask and it will be given. You're wanting to know the truth and what's really going on. And you see it with your eyes. You can understand it, that something's wrong here. And so therefore, that's why you are seeing it. Other people don't give a shit. They don't want to hear it. as long as they got plenty of beer to drink and they got entertainment and movies and cinema and sports and basketball and all that silly bullshit, they're happy. They don't want to see anything. They don't want to know it. They just want to be happy. Go out and eat and drink beer and eat and fill your belly and be entertained. And that's all they want. They don't want to hear anything. They don't want to know anything. Well, so they don't know. They won't see it. They don't want to see it. I don't care. I want to know.
I know you do, but it's the reason it's important for me, for people to understand it, because I know if they're so evil to do 9/11, where is it going? It's going to come here. It's going to expand. Of course it is, because these people have no empathy. They have none. No, people think there's no way they would sacrifice children. There's no way they would blow up their own people. Nah, there's no way I would, or there's no way you would, but they would.
They would, because they're not like you. It's not, you would not want to be like Al Capone, the head of a mafia organization that kills people, that robs people and destroys and is criminal syndicate. That's not the way we live. Normal humans don't want to live that way. We just want to live our life and do what we want to do and not hurt anybody else. But there are other people on the earth who live to rape and murder and make money and be in control. They're like animals.
Are they really human? Are these people human, Jordan?
No, I don't think so. Not at the very top. No, I don't think so. I really believe that they are extraterrestrials that look like us, but they're not really human. That's why they can do what they do, because they don't give a damn. They don't care about humans. They know that they know humans are like animals. They're just like, treat them like dogs. They're so damn stupid. They're ignorant and stupid. Give them all the beer and give them their television and give them their dope and their narcotics. Give them whatever they want. They're all going to die anyway. So that's
funny. It's funny that they give us all the bad stuff, but we're not allowed the good stuff. We're not allowed. We're not allowed the cannabis oil. We're not allowed the cure for cancer. We're not allowed the food, the clean water. We're not allowed food with no pesticides in it. But we're allowed all the shit.
I know. It's an extraordinary story